Welcome, everyone. This was a lot later than I expected, but it's start of stream one with the first game of Wild Card Sunday between Baltimore and Tennessee. See the Ravens hat? I picked the Ravens to win. They are not winning, but they're losing 10-0 at the end of the first. Hey, Josh, I know this is a really thank you. Because the Ravens. I know this is a really exciting but nervous stream for you. But yeah, Baltimore right now trailing by 10. And they are as I said, they're trailing by 10, and they need to get something going here. Also, I just wanted to let you know, because I saw it online. There were rumors that Deshaun Watson wants to get traded. I don't think he really wants to get traded. I think he just wants stability in the organization. He's been to the playoffs a few times, been to the second round. He just wants stability in an organization that can get to the playoffs multiple times, which I don't know if he feels like he has. But I think he just wants that stability. And hopefully he can get that. So now still waiting. I'm actually using a different TV that has that when it shows the network just says commercial break and doesn't show the commercials. There's not even really much to talk about unless you want to talk about the game. And I no idea what just happened, guys. I would be broadcasting, but they had the game and then it literally just said there's a commercial. I guess maybe a timeout was called. Once it comes back, I'll broadcast. In fact, oh, here we go. This TV might be glitching, so if it glitches, I'm actually going to get the game on my. I can get the game on my phone too. So if anything happens and we miss a play, I make sure not to miss that play. Here is Lamar Jackson, pump fake, throw over the middle past the 50, 2nd and 7 to the former Saint Snead. It's 3rd down. Tennessee, who's got this 10-0 lead. Now, they made an interesting point, and that was on give me 1 second, guys. Just hold on a second. I'm probably just going to not be streaming for this play. All right, we are back in business, and ready for this game. Sorry, this TV and stuff, and where I'm set up is not very comfortable. 1st down. Okay, thanks. Yeah, rush for a 1st down. There you go. Okay, ready to go. 1st down run for the Ravens and the running back. As I was saying, Tennessee is, as they were explaining, are both teams that like to have early leads and just truck it out. Now, they said Baltimore isn't really good for coming back when down a couple of points, possessions. They're good at it. They're just not very. They don't like to do it, and Tennessee is not very good at it. Both prolific teams when grinding out up by a few points, and Tennessee just made a huge stop on first downs. J.K. Dobbins, whose alma mater will be playing tomorrow in the national championship game in Ohio State, went up the middle and just got stuffed by 3-4 defensive linemen for Tennessee. Is my Rivers in the red zone? How? Wait a minute. How? There's a big throw and a catch close to the 8. Yeah, this TV is behind. I got to see if I can Yeah, just hold on a second. I might not be sure. I might not be streaming for a few minutes. I'm trying to figure out how to get this to actual cable, this TV, because I'm behind on that stream. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Just hold on a second. Okay, here we go. I can get the game here. Now, I can't get cable on this TV. I can only get like Fire Stick ABC. So I will be behind to play behind you, I think. So if you already know if there's a touchdown or whatnot, that's great. But don't, if you can, Josh, please, please, please don't type what's going to happen until it happens. Just for me. I mean, you'll know it, but I mean, if you're going to do it, okay. But I'd appreciate if you don't do that. Literally just did. That's okay. Jackson gets out and is sacked before the 10. Again, I'm behind, Josh. If you don't mind, please. That's okay because you just heard me say it. But if you don't mind, please don't do that anymore because I haven't seen it yet because I'm a little behind. And this TV, unfortunately, is behind. So that's okay. But I didn't realize that it was behind until this time. I might be using this one even though it's behind because it has clear resolution for the next two games, or I might just go back upstairs and do because I don't have ABC on that TV for the rest of the stream where I will be on time. There's the kick is good for Justin Tucker, and it's 10-3, a 7-point deficit now for Baltimore. They needed a touchdown, they needed a field goal. They got one. And we're commercial. All right, let me get my horns ready. Okay, so actually, you know what? It's funny. I actually made my predictions last night on the radio show that'll be aired tomorrow. So I did game-winning goals and who's going to score and whatever. So I can try to do it again, but I might mix up the right players. I think I remember who it is. Okay, let's do the predictions right now then for the 13th, and that is the next time I'm streaming on Wednesday. I won't be streaming tomorrow. I won't be streaming on Tuesday. Tuesday's going to be annoying because the only sports on Tuesday are going to be NBA and college basketball. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, I have the Penguins 3-2 in overtime with a goal by Sidney Crosby. That's my pick. Oh, you have all the goals. Oh, well, you know what? If we're gonna do that, okay. First goal. Oh, okay, so I didn't do all the goals. I'll do that. I didn't think of that. That makes it even more fun. First goal, Couturier late in the first. For me, it's Voracek 5 minutes in, and then that's the end of the first period. Of 7 minutes into the second period, it's going to be Provorov on the power play to make it 2-0 Philadelphia. Game is back, so we'll come back to that in the commercial. They're saying no, kick out of the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Okay, I will tell you what mine is. I'll tell you what mine is at commercial. As you heard, 5 minutes into the first period, Voracek. 7 minutes into the second period, Provorov on a power play. So it's 2-0 Flyers right now. I already told you the results, so you know that they don't win. But I'll elaborate on the 3 Penguin goals when we get back in. Here's Tannehill, hand off Henry. Derrick Henry pushing for some yards. He pushed a little bit, but he was going to lose yards. He'll get 2, but that's it. A blown lead? Yes, it's a blown lead. That I'm allowing you to predict, not this. Well, it's not predicting. You know what's happening. If you're just watching a game, like this is awesome because this is super good resolution, better than my TV in my room. But if you're like streaming when people can watch the game ahead of you, it's a little annoying. But I'm not going to complain. I've got a TV and watching football. I'm enjoying myself. Tannehill throws over and caught. In fact, I was going to stream the hockey games on my computer. I could stream them on this TV, which is nice. Yeah, I saw that. 2-1 Flyers in overtime. Your 2 goals, Couturier and Voracek. That big line coming up true against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Illegal use of the hands call against Jimmy Smith in Baltimore, which is going to help Tennessee move the chains up by 7. And Jimmy Smith is a good safety. He's a physical safety. And you know what? You just saw that play. Josh, I know we got the Ravens hat on. I know he put his hand up, but like I get that they called that, but I don't really agree with that call. It's like, what, a jab to the face, and then he just puts did he poke him? He just puts his arm down? I don't, I'm going to do it a commercial, Josh. I don't really agree with that. Derrick Henry is wrapped up by the Baltimore defense. McPhee and Harrison on the tackle. But what is your thought, Josh, about that call against Jimmy Smith against Baltimore? The illegal use of the hands call. What do you think about that? Because I don't really like the call. It's a little like he puts his hand up. Yeah, again, it gets close to his mask, but he's not grabbing him. It's just one jab, and then he puts his arm down. Like, is that really the call you're going to make? In the playoffs, too. Ed mentioned this is a playoff game. Maybe did he poke him in the eye? That might be what they're looking at. Tannehill, play action fake. Ryan Tannehill gets away from the defense. Tannehill throws on the run. Not sure if it was caught, but even if it was, it only got about 2 yards. It was caught. He was able to complete the pass. 3rd down coming up for the Titans. The only thing, and that's a clear catch, the only thing that Baltimore might challenge is to say that he didn't complete the catch. But the only, they're not just yet, but the only thing with that is the only way the referees may say it's a legal use of hands is because, I don't know, maybe Jimmy Smith poked him in the eye. If not, I don't get it. Because he didn't grab him. But that's enough with that. Happened 2 plays ago. 3 for you. Tannehill, shotgun snap. Tannehill gets out. Tannehill is sacked. And Baltimore forces a Derek Wolfe, the former Bronco. They force a Tennessee punt with the chance to tie the game with the touchdown if they get the ball back, when they get the ball back. But look at it. Big Derek Wolfe comes right up the middle and swallows up Ryan Tannehill. They knew each other in different AFC battles. Broncos v. Miami, and they meet again in the playoffs in Tennessee. Devin Duvernay, who's got speed, to return as Brent Kern, the punter. This punt will bounce at the 18-yard line of Baltimore. That's well, they'll get the ball with 6:35 to go in the second quarter. Tennessee 10, Baltimore 3, but the Ravens are getting the ball back with a chance to tie it. With Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. So, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, I say the Penguins score 3 minutes after the Flyers' goal with a tally by Jake Gensel. Then 3 minutes into the third period starts 2-1. 3 minutes into the third period, it's I don't remember. Who is the duo they got from Florida? It's not Bukestad, but it's the other guy. Let me look him up. Or maybe it is Bukestad. Let me look it up. Panthers-Penguins trade. But the one who's played the more prevalent offense is the guy who scores the tying goal. You just look it up here. That's right, because I know one of them left Pittsburgh. Bukestad left Pittsburgh. Jared McCann scores the second goal and ties the game, and then Crosby wins it in overtime. And we're back. So again, I'll say it. It's Voracek, then Provorov, then Gensel, then McCann, then Crosby in overtime. So we'll get to Montreal and Toronto after this. Here's Lamar Jackson and a pass right by the sideline that they converts. Yeah. 2nd and 1. Lamar Jackson's thrown an interception. He's got 9 rush yards, 66 pass yards. Here's a bounce out to the outside and to the 35-yard line to run. Remember, Tennessee crushed Baltimore's hopes and dreams after they had the best record in the NFL last year and didn't even win a playoff game after getting bounced home by the Cinderella Titans. So now the Titans are the slight favorites at home to advance to the second round and be the second team joining Buffalo into the second round from the first round. Here is Lamar Jackson going to quarterback keeper. And he will get about 2 yards. Second down coming up for the Ravens. Five minutes to go in the second quarter. Titans lead by 7. Baltimore still in their own territory, but they've had one good first down on this drive. They're looking for some more. A couple would put them into Tennessee territory and get them doing some good stuff. Here's a penalty on the field, but there's a screen, and this is going to be Duvernay, who's going to take this past the 50. Marquise Brown, excuse me. There is a penalty flag, and it was thrown right after the screen, so this might be coming back. Look like it might be like a clipping block or something against the Ravens. Offside! Wow, an offside call against Tennessee, which Lamar Jackson was able to get them off and get the free play. And the free play went pretty well. Baltimore just passed midfield right into Tennessee territory, just like that. I like Marner. He's good. He has his inconsistencies. He's a good player. Here is Lamar Jackson spinning away. Jackson in a crowd trying to get to the line of scrimmage. He gets back to the 50, but just a yard short of the line of scrimmage. It's at the 49, so it will count as a sack. He almost had something out of nothing. Then he was almost sacked for a bunch. He's able to crawl with his strength a little bit back for some yardage. So here he's stepping up in the pocket. It's clean, and then he runs out of it. Actually, Lamar Jackson, whose speed is his help, most of this year, and he's spiking the ball in frustration, most of this year he stood in the pocket and made great plays. That's a play where he should have stood in the pocket, and if he gets hit at the end of the play, he gets hit in the end of the play. You don't run for it. Maybe there was some coverage they didn't like, but you stay there for a little bit. Handoff up the middle for 2 yards, and it's third down. That was Dobbins. Nice, Marner. Dobbins to make it naked and short. Third down, late in the second quarter with 3:12 to go. There could be a fourth down coming here if they don't convert on third down. It really feels that way. There are fans here in Tennessee, and they are on their feet and loud. Ball at the 48-yard line of Baltimore. Lamar Jackson's going to take it. He's going to run past the 40, past the 30, past the 20, past the 10. Touchdown, Baltimore! No, they're saying he's out. No, now he's in. Touchdown. Touchdown, Baltimore. And they are an extra point away from tying it. Lamar Jackson took off, and then once he was able to get about 8 yards right past the marker, he was gone. And then right there, just inside the pylon, I don't know if he was going to be out at the 1, but we say, yeah, that's definitely absolute touchdown by Lamar Jackson. An extra point late in the second quarter, late in the first half, will tie this game. What footwork, what athleticism by the quarterback. Yeah, I'm really happy you didn't, because that would have annoyed me. Again, I'm sorry that I'm going to be probably behind you for the rest of all of the streams, but we sacrifice it for this quality television.
From State Farm. You're saying you don't have to look like me to get the Patrick price? No. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates. And Patrick Price. My bad. You want the real deal? Like a good neighbor? State Farm is there. Take time to make time, baby. That's the fine life. No. Make time to take time. Either way, you'll find La Vida Más Sweet. The Baltimore Ravens select
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. For me. Okay, so for my game, a minute 50 remaining into the a minute 50 left in the first period. Oh, I love TJ Brody. He's great. I thought TJ Brody would get there. Oh, for my game, a minute 50 left in the first period. Montreal scores. Arturi Lehkonen to make it 1-0. Then Marner scores with 8:30 into the second period, so it's 1-1. Then Austin Matthews to make it 2-1. 3 minutes after that in the second period. Then 8 minutes into the third period, it's Jeff Petrie to tie it at 2. And then 5 minutes after that in third, John Tavares makes it 3-2, and an empty net goal. An empty net goal by Nylander to make it 4-2. They win 4-3. Okay. All right. Well, I have a 4-2 Maple Leafs win, but it's one of those wins where they have some offense in it. But it's one of those wins where it's like nice. You beat a good team that actually got into the playoffs, and it's like you won. Your team did good, but there's a lot of questions here. It's one of those wins. Tannehill on the shotgun. Ryan Tannehill, play action fake. He throws it up. Wait, tapped it up and caught it, and he got sacked anyway. Whoa! We saw this play with Mariota a few years in the playoffs when they beat the Chiefs in the playoffs with the Titans. Well, how about that? Tannehill goes away from the pocket, throws. It gets deflected off the chest of the defender. Tannehill grabs it and runs, but this time didn't happen like the last time when it was a touchdown a few years ago. This is a straight-up sack. And that couldn't have been worse for Tennessee. 2-minute warning. 2nd and 20 coming up for Tennessee in a tie game. All right, so Tampa Bay, Chicago, right? Yeah, Tampa Bay, Chicago. I'll tell you mine. Tampa Bay, Chicago. 11 minutes into the first period, Patrick Kane makes it 1-0. Blackhawks. 6 minutes later, though, it's Kucherov. Then it's 1-1. 4 minutes into the second period, Kucherov tips a Hedman shot to make it 2-1. Then 4 minutes after that, Duncan Keith gets pickpocketed behind the net by Nikita Kucherov for a pure hat trick by Kucherov. Then Andre Palat scores to make it. Then Andre Palat scores to make it 4-1. About 2 minutes later, but with only a minute remaining into the second period, Jonathan Taves scores right off the faceoff to make it 4-2. Then, with 90 seconds left in the third period, Mikhail Sergachev scores on an empty netter to make it 5-2. But with 49 seconds left in the third period, Zadorov scores his first goal as a Blackhawk to make it 5-3. But that's the end of the game, 5-3. So Kucherov scores a pure hat trick, but he doesn't even get the game winner. Palat with the game winner. So that's my game. So we'll get to the West Coast games at the end. Tannehill in the shotgun. Ball at the 15. They've got to get to the 25. Here's Tannehill, pressured, throws, high. They get both feet down. They say no. Referees immediately say no, but I thought Brown did. I thought he got both feet down, but apparently did not, so it will be 3rd and 20. His right foot toe taps, interestingly, but it heels before it toes right on the white line, meaning an incompletion. Really nice catch, though. Here's the handoff. And McNichols will get a few, and this is just to help the punter. Now, Baltimore has 3 timeouts if they'd like to use them. I don't know if they're getting the ball back to start the second half, but they will have a chance. They just called a timeout at minute 45. Look, a minute 45, and the punter is at their, 13-yard line. There's a good amount of time to get some points here. This isn't really good for Tennessee, who was up by 10, is up 10-0 at one point. And if now the Ravens have crawled back to score 10 straight, and they might get some points before the end of the first half.
That means you can score a free ticket to a $100,000 contest next weekend. The perfect way to start the postseason. So download the DraftKings Daily Fantasy app, sign up with the promo code, join the Big Play Payday before the start of the fourth quarter, and make it rain.
Return rules. Just about every Titans punting record is on punt. So 2 good ones today so far, with 51 and 53 yards. We'll need another boomer here. Devin Duvernay is back for it. We saw Duvernay with a 93-yard kick return for a touchdown on Monday Night Football, Week 3 against Kansas City. Burn came back in his own 5.
So as Titan punter is on 5-yard line, he will drop down this one. Wow, that's a booming punt. That goes to the 27-yard line of Baltimore. So that only let 1 second off the clock, but they're not in the best field position as Baltimore. Now I'll take a look at the 2 stream games I'll be streaming later today. The next game is going to be the final game in the NFC. No one cares with the college football preview. Oh, the NFL halftime show might be previewing college football, which is why I told you this sport is insane in this country. It's a little too big. But anyway, they'll be previewing also the game I'll do later, New Orleans and Chicago, and the nightcap, Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Here is Lamar Jackson throwing, and Des Bryant fell down. funny. Remember Des Bryant said he's not going to play. He's not going to play for the Ravens again the rest of the year, and he didn't live up to his word. He comes back and he's in the playoffs. He's back in the huddle. Though. So maybe they go for him. It's the first time they targeted him. Tampa Bay 7, Chicago 3. Adam 5-3. We'll go to. I want to do our favorites to save for last. So we'll go to the St. Louis, Colorado game next. Lamar Jackson stepping up. Jackson is sacked. And it's third down. And Tennessee has 3 timeouts if they'd like to call one and maybe get the ball back before the half ends. Third and 10. Lamar Jackson in the shotgun. Jackson gets away. Jackson throws over the top. He's got a man past the 50. Oh, not to the 50 yet, and wrestled down. A first down for the Ravens. And the clock is continuing to run. Baltimore trying to get to the snap. Less than 40 seconds to go. Lamar Jackson. A weird flip behind the line, and that play absolutely went nowhere. And a timeout got taken immediately after that loss of 6. Lamar Jackson kind of ran away from pressure and then flipped it behind him. And then the running back who wasn't expecting it caught it, and then J.K. Dobbins just fell down. Yeah, I know. But no, I want to save that one for last. Because that's like the big game. That's the game I'll be streaming. That's the game we'll all be watching religiously. All right, fine. Do Vancouver, Edmonton. All right, we'll do that Colorado. Yeah, and again, I'm thinking I might get Tommy for that game. I'm not sure. Of course, he's going to be happy when Edmonton does anything good, which isn't whatever. Good. Also, I think our next game we play there as well. Back-to-backs in that building. Here's Lamar Jackson. 25 seconds to go. He's got so much time in the pocket. So much time. Lamar Jackson goes down. He had so much time, and then he finally got pressured. And another sack. It's third down and long. Yep, once we get to halftime, we'll start that. And Mark Andrews is going wide, and then he went down to try to go get the ball back, but this Tennessee coverage was the reason why he could not get a pass up there to Boykin, to Brown, nowhere. Great coverage by Malcolm Butler on Trevon Boykin.
Tennessee took the timeout to stop the clock. So they get another shot at the football. 18 seconds left.
Here's a handoff. That only goes for a few yards. That goes for about 6-7 yards. And it'll be fourth down. Penalty flag is down on the field, which is pretty important because that means that the Ravens can't just run the clock down. Wow. A 10-yard penalty against Des Bryant for a late hit. And Butler and that's a stupid play. That's a idiotic play by the veteran. That's an idiotic play by Des Bryant, who needs to calm down right now, and I think the Ravens coaching staff knows that. he's frustrated. Malcolm Butler was following him the whole way, probably was talking at him, and they both took a little hip checks at him, and then Des Bryant just runs at him like, hey, and just shoulder hits him, and there's a time and a place. That's not a smart idea, Des Bryant, to go and do that. You go clock him just like that. 4th and 31. Baltimore just wants this clock to end. Fair caught by Tennessee. Extremely smart decision, and there's a penalty on the field. A defensive holding. Defensive holding against Tennessee. So they got backed up even more. But they do have the ball. So do they just take a knee? Do they try a pitch and ladder play? Or do they go for a Hail Mary here? We'll see.
You can never be sure that Vrabel's going to take a knee, by the way, right? 18 seconds left in that game. A week ago, and they threw the big play. John Perry, talk to us.
He announced on the defense, though, 5 and a first down. I think it is a hold on the offense there, which would be tacked on to the end of the kick if it is on the offense.
It's first down, Baltimore.
The goal defense, 5 yards and first down prior to the kick of the goal.
Oh, here's an interesting thing that just happened. I didn't realize. While the kick was happening, Tennessee had a defensive hold. So instead of pushing the Titans back, the Ravens are getting the ball. It's basically like roughing the kicker. That's what they're doing. So the Ravens will have a chance. They've only got 5 seconds left. Now, what is it? 10, 15 yards. They were at the 20. So the best they can get is the 35-yard line. So I don't think Lamar Jackson. Ball on their 34. Okay, here we go. Ball on their 34. They're just going to take a knee here. They're not even going to go for the big play. So they're going to the locker room with the tie game. Tied at 10 in the low-scoring grudge match we thought we would get, which kind of plays into what the Titans want to do. But Baltimore's getting the ball back, and they trailed by 10-0, and they are now tied at 10. Real big soul-searching for Tennessee and this defensive front who have given up some points, and Des Bryant and some of the veterans in Baltimore, but they've got a tie game and a great second half coming up. Yes, you do get the ball to start the second half. I'll be right back. I just want to get some water. I might also get some, I might also stay up a little bit to go and see if I can find the 2 other hats that I'll be using for the next games.
Randy Moss, I'm Susan Calver. Lamar Jackson's offensive coaches preached to him all week. Use the tools God gave you. You be you, and we saw what it looks like when he does.
Well, him being him is dynamic. Early on, the Titans did a really good job of keeping Lamar in the pocket. They could throw the football, but boy, then Lamar said, you know what? I'll show you. I'm going to get loose. Here, Lamar Jackson drops back. There's nothing open. But watch how fast he goes from 0 to I'll follow Susie. Boy, nice tackles by the Tennessee Titans, and that's the spark that got the Ravens going. But this is how you do it. Watch the defensive being Landry get upfield. He comes back downhill and retraces his track. If you're the Titans and you're Vrabel, you go in at halftime. It's really simple. We cannot allow Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews cannot beat us. I think he feels pretty good if those 2 guys don't beat him.
When you look at the beginning of the game, how the Tennessee Titans came out, Baltimore Ravens about were behind. First thing you start thinking, can the Raiders come back from behind? But when you see, like you just said, Bug, Lamar Jackson being able to be shot out of a cannon. But here, let me switch it up to the defensive side for the Baltimore Ravens. Coming out of the beginning of the game, playing single coverage. But as you can see, Wink Martindale was able to switch it up with some zone coverage later in the first half. Right here, the touchdown to A.J. Brown right there. I don't care what y'all say. Offensive pass interference. Whatnot is playoff football, bull. Let them play. Hey, touchdown. It's 10-10. We got a tie to half. I can't wait for the second half.
Hey, the Titans have some of the toughest red zone and play action offense in football. All right, looking forward to the second half. How about the second game of the day? Bears at Saints. Khalil Mack and company covering for Drew Brees in what is likely his final postseason run. Alvin Kamara, who was on the COVID list, practiced virtually all week from his house. Today he is eligible to return. He is active. Randy, the Bears, huge underdogs. How might they pull off the upset?
Man, right here, Susie, number 52. I remember this team was called the Monsters of the Midway. Well, guess what, Khalil Mack? New Orleans, you're going down to New Orleans. The team needs you in Chicago. They've been able to defeat a single stunt, been able to defeat a double team right there. Khalil Mack is going to have a hell of a day going into New Orleans to play this Drew Brees-led offense. He has to have some sacks and get after Drew Brees in order for the Bears to have a chance.
All right, and how about the wild card weekend finale? The Browns back in the postseason for the first time in 18 years, but because of COVID issues, they barely practiced, down a number of key players. They are in Pittsburgh without their head coach, Kevin Stefanski, who is also their play caller. QB coach Alex Van Pelt will call plays, and I wondered if Stefanski would deliver some sort of virtual pregame speech, but no. That's on special teams coordinator Mike Prefer as acting head coach. Well, he's also going to make all those critical decisions on the sidelines. How do they pull this off?
Well, first of all, he's got to make those decisions with his gut. Every coach coaches with his gut. And so he does that. Now they'll be fine. If you're the Browns, though, here's the way you beat Pittsburgh. Do what you do best. Run the football and make Pittsburgh throw the football over your head. Do what Cincinnati did on Monday night. Sit on the short route. They don't run the football. The offensive line is soft. And see if Ben Roethlisberger can beat you throwing the ball down the field.
And Stefanski will be watching from his couch.
On the 60th
Football continues tomorrow. When we come back, we'll take you to Miami for a preview of the CFP National Championship.
You're watching the USAA Insurance Halftime. Insurance made for the military community. USAA, an official insurance sponsor of the NFL.
USAA Insurance for this season. And the veterans that never quit on their team. When being a fan gets tough, and stretching your budget gets even tougher, our agents put in the time and legwork for you. So saving on auto insurance is easy. Because saving a little extra goes a long way. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. America is hooked on the chase. There's a whole new game in town. Knowledge.
The Dodgers.
Whips.
You shouldn't have even shown up.
And speed.
Aretha Franklin. Argentina. Godzilla.
New Chase. Thursday on ABC. It's a new year.
Good luck with that.
Which means a new Connors.
This is too much for one day.
And a surprise visitor.
They bust into houses like this on that program Cops.
Candace and guest stars. New Connors returns Wednesday on ABC.
I would like to scrub in on the surgery. I'm working to be a better surgeon, a better boyfriend, better at the things I've chosen.
Super Wildcard Weekend continues later today on CBS, Nickelodeon, and Prime Video. Then concludes tonight on NBC and Peacock. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps. Welcome to the USAA Insurance Halftime. Raiders President Al Davis and NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle are bitter enemies. The Raiders are suing the NFL.
Al Davis will do anything to beat you.
Just win, baby.
30 for 30, Al Davis versus the NFL premieres February 4th on ESPN. In Nashville, 10-10 game at the half, and right now, Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit from Miami Gardens, Florida.
Thank you, Susan. The showdown in South Florida, the finish line for college football 2020, Alabama and Ohio State. Here in Hard Rock Stadium, we'll see a couple guys who expect to star on Sunday's, Kirk. And let's talk about Devontae Smith and Justin Fields. Ohio State's quarterback managing the pain of that midsection while trying to handle the mental part and carry the burden of all he does for the offense against a great defense.
And he's coming off his best game of his career in the way he played against Clemson, the guts that he showed, and ended up with 6 touchdown passes. But you're right, he's the X factor. Not just his ability to make throws and make decisions against a very complex Alabama defense, but he's going to have to use his legs to be able to open up opportunities like that to Chris Olave downfield. Where will he be? We'll keep a very close eye on that early in this game. And then Devontae Smith, he won the Heisman on the show you had earlier this week. To me, he is maybe the most humble superstar I've ever encountered, and is one of the hardest working players on this team. For Ohio State, it's where do you start? Where do you load up to stop Najee Harris? Do you worry about the explosive pass game? You have to Mac Jones from Alabama make decisions to put Alabama in a place where they can put those big points on the board.
For opponents, scheme, his speed, his route running, nobody slowed down Devontae Smith. So, who will be the last team standing when the confetti drops? Buckeyes and the Crimson Tide, 8 o'clock Eastern Monday on ESPN.
Hey guys, in Nashville, Ryan Tannehill put it up, and A.J. Brown brought it down. Tie game. Who will finish? They're coming.
USA, an official insurance sponsor of the NFL, thanks you for watching the USAA Insurance Halftime.
America's most vital resource is you. To the 46 million Americans with college credits but no degree, Maryville can prepare you for the careers of tomorrow with a great education today. Learn more at maryville.edu/degrees.
Now, when you're ready, Hiscox is there for you. Hiscox, protecting business dreams since 1901.
With the first pick in the NFL draft. It's a dream come true.
Looks like we made it.
The 14-team playoff field is now set.
Baby, my to the moment.
Monday, in this battle for love can get messy. Who will be the first to fall? Are you okay? Monday on ABC.
What's going on, Mom? Do I need a reason to stop by and see my favorite daughter?
Our home is your home.
No, your home is my home, my home is my home, and your home is in Iowa.
All Your Mother premieres Wednesday after the Connors on ABC.
The Baltimore Ravens select Lamar Jackson.
Welcome to NFL Live, everybody, where we take football seriously. This Seahawks pass rush is getting less pressure than a motel shower head. So I'm going to try to recover from that.
I'm just going to hold this just so I can validate the reason I'm on this show. Almost made me bite the bottom half of my lip. Big Chuck's knees is important to him as Marcus Spears' mouth and say, so let me give you the update.
NFL Live every weekday at 4 on ESPN.
I'm crying, y'all. We need to go to commercial.
NFL Primetime is back exclusively on ESPN Plus, and Boomer is bringing you nicknames like
That's Khalil Mack.
broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of all audience. Any of the use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Okay. I'm back. Thank you for staying here watching an empty screen for like 15 minutes. I apologize. I tried to find some hats and it took me forever, and I found the 2 hats I wanted, and I also got some other stuff. And also we just missed halftime. That's fine. Who cares? Because halftime. You know. All right. Let me just close the door and we will continue. Colorado, St. Louis. All right, let's go. I say Colorado scores a goal 3 minutes in on a power play by a Nazem Kadri tip-in. Then they score a goal 5 minutes later with a goal by Brandon Saad. Then 2 straight goals. Then 2 straight goals by Jaden Schwartz in the first 5 minutes to start the second period. Here's a kickoff return just short of the 25 to the 24. Oh, okay. Then I'll do it again. All right. I just came back too. Tell me if you're ready to do St. Louis, Colorado. Because I didn't know you weren't there. Tell me if you're ready to do St. Louis, Colorado. Tell me when you're ready. Okay. I agree with that, but mine is Nazem Kadri tip-in. All right. Then Nazem Kadri tip-in, 4 minutes in. You know what? Let's just wait till the commercial break. I'll wait till the commercial break to do it. Because Lamar Jackson is in the shotgun. The play action fake. And a short throw to his fullback past the 30 for a first down on the 34. Ricard had a first down for Baltimore.
Touchdown. He said he told his defense, hey, the guy's an amazing player. He's going to make plays. We've got to get the momentum back and keep playing the defense.
Lamar Jackson play action fake. There's a short throw, and they shove the tight end down for about 3 yards. Andrews. It'll be second down.
Getting the ball to the tight ends, Ricard and some Mark Andrews in the flat, spreading his team out. Corey Jackson having to make back-to-back tackles on big men. That'll wear you out. Second and 6.
Here's Jackson. He'll make a handoff. He'll go past the sack. Jackson go for more room. 4 yards past the first down marker. They move the chains. Lamar Jackson calls his own number. Yeah. For me, a Nazem Kadri tip-in. And then 3 minutes later, a goal by Burakovsky on the power play to make it 2-0 Avalanche. Then, to start the second period, O'Reilly scores on a power play to make it 2-1. Here is Lamar Jackson calling his own number. He gets sacked behind the line of scrimmage. Okay, in the second period for me as well, Late in the second period, Jaden Schwartz gets a tap-in goal with 2 minutes left in the second period to tie it at 2. Here is a handoff. J.K. Dobbins spinning, turning more Titans with him and going close to the first down marker. Then 3 minutes into the third period, Perron scores to make it 3-2. And then 8 minutes later, Jaden Schwartz lifts one over the shoulder of Grubauer for a hat trick to make it 4-2. Lamar Jackson will tell us on over some more. Lamar Jackson past the 20, pushed out before the 15, out at the 17-yard line. What a run by Lamar Jackson. Also, 2 minutes after Schwartz scores, or not Schwartz, or Perron scores to make it 3-2. Or 3-2. Jaden Schwartz scores 3 minutes later to make it 4-2. But then 90 seconds later, Nathan McKinnon from Gabriel Landeskog makes it 4-3. But St. Louis wins 4-3. That's the final. Lamar Jackson pump fake, 2 pump fakes, throws in the middle, and caught by Ricard for 6 yards, and it's 2nd and short. He was a defensive lineman, this guy. Wow. And that's funny. I didn't even know this. This guy, Picard, he was a defensive lineman, and he's played defense a lot, but he can line up as a blocking tight end, as a passing tight end, as a running back, and he's blocking now. They go for a run, and Tennessee stuffs the rush. It's 3rd down. They're in chip shot field goal range for the best kicker in the world in Justin Tucker. So our commercial will start the last game, the best game, Edmonton and Vancouver. Tennessee, 51.9% defensively to not let up a first down. 3rd and 2. Lamar Jackson fakes it to Dobbins. He throws to Ricard, who gets there to 1st and goal to the 3-yard line. Ricard is unstoppable. His 4th season in the league. 2nd straight Pro Bowl. This guy has done it all. Done what he's been asked to do, and well. Here's a handoff to Dobbins for a few more yards. And he's in! Dobbins went down, but then he wasn't down completely. He pushed forward, and Baltimore leads for the first time today. A 4-yard touchdown by J.K. Dobbins. And it's 16-10 Ravens. Extra point should be automatic for Tucker. It is. Baltimore 17, Tennessee 10. And so the Titans now are going to have to come from behind. How about the fact that I know it's 10-0, and I know, it's not a high-scoring team that you're playing against, but 17 straight points for the Ravens. That's pretty crazy, right?
Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
So Vancouver and Edmonton. So we'll start that now, Josh. Vancouver and Edmonton. Tell me when you're ready, because I'm ready to start. Finally do this game. The final game. Okay. Edmonton is up 1-0 at the end of the first. 52 seconds into the first period. Quinn Hughes from the point makes it 1-0 Vancouver. 7 minutes later, another Hughes shot, but this is a tip by JT Miller, and that's how the first period comes to a close. 2-0 Canucks. They go to the second period, 3 minutes in. It's Pettersson from the left circle to make it 3-0. Then 6 minutes later, Bo Horvat makes it 4-0. 4 minutes after that, it's Tyler Mott, and 3 minutes. So it's 5-0 at the end of the second period. 3 minutes into the third period, the final goal of the game. Another Pettersson blast. 6-0 the final score. Kickoff taken under the end zone, past the 10, past the 15, weaving some room. Tripped up at the 23. Derrick Henry, we're talking about the rushing attack by Baltimore and by Tennessee, and the leading rusher for Baltimore is the quarterback, even though J.K. Dobbins is elite, or is becoming elite. But, a quarterback can kind of control the presence. It can control the defense. A running back can't as much, and their front four has been really good against Henry. They do it again. Henry only gets a yard because they slide over, and they make sure that his cutback isn't much on the line of scrimmage. That would be quite egregious if the Canucks let up a goal 12 seconds into the second. I think my friend Campbell picked Edmonton to win like 3-0. It's like I think Edmonton's overhyped again. Remember, the Canucks won 2 rounds and the qualifier. The Edmonton Oilers only won 1 game in the qualifier. That's a handoff to the 30. And most of the games were high scoring, which is, it's not like they were playing into Chicago's game. High scoring is their game. And the Blackhawks played their game, and they still beat them at their game. So I think the Oilers are going to be overhyped. As I said yesterday, I think they'll miss the playoffs. Interesting, these teams have really moved the clock as well. There's 7:40 left in the third, and it's 3rd and 4. If you remember that third quarter to fourth quarter last night, was that the mid-game. Los Angeles and Seattle really went slow. This third quarter is not. It's been very quick. Tannehill trying to draw Baltimore off sides. He did not. Tannehill throws, though, for a first down to the 35-yard line. The German MVP, Draisaitl. Also, I don't know if this is for a fact, but he might be the first German-born player ever to win Hart Trophy. Like, I'm thinking of the guys that would be up there, like Kolzig and Seidenberg, and there's no way those guys won Hart.
Here's one of these opportunities where it'd be nice to see him take a top off the play action and take a shot here. Double tight wide receiver sets.
Here is Tannehill, throws short to Derrick Henry. And it'll be second and short for him. So maybe if Derrick Henry isn't working in the passing game, maybe try the rushing game. That's what Edmonton is saying. Tennessee is saying. It's 2nd and 3. A touchdown, a field goal would put them within 4. A touchdown would tie the game. Tannehill hands off. Henry Evans actually took the handoff. Just didn't get anywhere. This Baltimore defense has been so consistent, and you know that they gave up the touchdown of the field goal, but they were consistent even when they were down 10-0. And the fact their offense was able to crawl them back to now having a lead, it's starting late in this game. It's late in this quarter and later on to the fourth. It's starting to be a big factor. Nice for Peterson. Here's Tannehill. Pump fake. Tannehill gets away. Good block for him. Tannehill throws. Dropped. Humphreys against the great Tennessee receiver Corey Davis, and the lack of the passing game for this Tennessee offense, which especially if they lose this game, even if they get to the second round, then they definitely have to work on this, on gearing this offense, getting some more weapons, because Corey Davis, their best receiver, who's pretty phenomenal, but he's been inconsistent a little bit, just dropped the ball, and they just can't get anything going on the passing game. Kern punt this ball down. It will be fair caught at the 6. Lamar Jackson going to get the ball back. His team up by 7.
And if you want to go pro like Marshawn, don't let anything get in your way. Here we go. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Go pro and get double the protein for just $2 more.
Shackles is very happy.
It is the NFL playoffs, the most wonderful time of the year. And as the wildcard excitement kicks in, DraftKings is bringing you another exciting offer courtesy of the
I'll give it a second and I'll be right back. I have stuff on.
That means you can score a free ticket to a $100,000 contest next weekend. The perfect way to start the postseason. So download the DraftKings Daily Fantasy app, sign up with the promo code, join the big play payday before the start of the fourth quarter, and make it rain.
T-Mobile is upgrading its network at a record pace. We were the first to bring 5G nationwide, and now that Sprint is a part of T-Mobile, we're turning up the speed, upgrading over 1,000 towers a month with ultra-capacity 5G to bring speeds as fast as Wi-Fi to cities and towns across America. And we're adding more every week. Coverage and speed. Who says you can't have it all?
You know what? I got glasses.
Oh, keys, wallet, and electronics in the tray for me? That's me, man. Sorry, partner. Just doing my job. Phone charger. Keys, wallet, and the tray for me, please.
Ooh, I think I left the curling iron plugged in.
Step over here for a second, please.
What does it take to challenge racial and economic injustice? The Equal Justice Initiative is dedicated to protecting human rights and reforming criminal justice. What does it take to stand up for every American? It takes all of us.
Today's aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear. Welcome back to Nissan Stadium, one of my favorite cities in America, Nashville, Tennessee. Coverage
The crowd that is allowed here in Nashville is roaring. Their team trails by 7, and the visitors have the ball. Here's Lamar Jackson, short screen. Wobbling and caught. And just like that, Baltimore or Tennessee, regardless of who wins, neither team will know where they are playing until the conclusion of the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game. And then they will know if they are headed to Kansas City or to Buffalo. Here is Lamar Jackson. It's a short throw. Caught by Andrews, and he goes down. Canucks win 5-4 in a shootout. Oh, okay. Oh, and you think Braden will start. I believe he'll start as well. But I don't know if it was going to be Braden or possibly Thatcher. Here's Lamar Jackson, called his own number. He's sacked. Brought down by the physical defensive linebacker Landry. And he celebrates with the Tennessee bench because now there will be a punt deep in Baltimore territory. This crowd, I don't know if you have the volume on your TV, this crowd is alive. They are alive in Nashville. You can hear them. And the Titans get the ball back. Taken at the 40. And there is that Baltimore punt defense. Punt coverage. Goes right to the 41 and goes nowhere else. That's where Tennessee will have the ball at their own 41. Derrick Henry Titans going to have to try to drive down the field now late in the third quarter. Try to tie this game up at 17. Trying to stay alive in the playoffs.
It's historic, which means I'm making history, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd exactly
Me, Dave Brown, existing customer who got the greatest deal in history.
just like every other customer gets.
Oh, that's cool too.
It's not complicated. AT&T is making history. Everyone gets our best smartphone deals.
So, what should we do today? Mom, can we go to the beach?
Should we just go see a movie?
Yes. I'm always up for a good movie.
The Rogue, in the all-new fiercely reimagined Nissan Rogue.
Meet football legend Tom Flores, a.k.a. the Iceman, a.k.a. the first Latino quarterback and head coach ever, a.k.a. four-time champ, a.k.a. why isn't he in the hall yet? Not cool. But Tom is. Do some chill, Tom. Classic Iceman. Anyway, Coors Light is going to do something about it.
You guys should put my picture on the can.
Way ahead of you, Coach.
I had more hair back then.
You're a handsome man, Grandpa. Who's USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career. We also made USAA for...
So there you go. So that's the end of for Wednesday. Obviously, I'll be watching at least part of all of those games, but I will be streaming. Actually, I don't know if I'll watch the Blues game. I don't know. I might not be able to do that. But you and I will definitely be watching that Canucks game. We'll definitely be streaming that.
Watching the sequel. Yeah, but how does the sequel end? Question. It's been tough sledding. There's no question in this game. The Baltimore defensive line has been up to the task. So I think they're going to start throwing the football. A.J. Brown hasn't caught a pass since the first.
There's Tannehill. See how this passing game develops for Tennessee. Tannehill under center, motioning. 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Still got one more quarter to go. Play action fake. That's a pretty good one. It's a great play to the 40. What a play call. What a penalty flag on the field. This might wipe it all off. Roughing the passer against Derek Wolfe and Baltimore. Roughing a passer against Derek Wolfe in Baltimore. But before we get to that, I mean, that was, 15 yards plus. But what a play call. What a play call. They were talking about Derrick Henry, of course. He really sells Derrick Henry. And you're all thinking about Derrick Henry. They go right up and hit the quarterback. And a perfect pass, catch by Brown. And you get the 15 yards to tack onto it because of the roughing the passer, which means the Titans are now at the Baltimore 25-yard line. Hand off to Henry. Henry pushing to the 22-yard line. They have to get to the 15-yard line for a first down. Here's Tannehill under center. Tannehill play action fake. Tannehill throws. Has a man to the 10-yard line. Nicky Westbrook, the guy that will get the ball. And no Corey Davis, who's not in the area. So first and goal from the 10-yard line. Tannehill under center, handoff Derrick Henry. Henry pushes for 2 yards. It's just not working today for the running game. 90 seconds remain in the third quarter. Second and goal. Now, can Baltimore not force this team into the end zone? Not let them into the end zone. And if it gets to fourth and goal, will they, with a team that has a 75% chance, 75% of the time in this season they've scored a touchdown. No, scored a touchdown on 94% of goal to goes. That's 75% in the NFL. They're really good at it. So if they get to fourth and goal, will they go for that fourth and goal play? Only got a yard on it was Henry. Tannehill, short pass. Brown gets 5 yards. It's third and goal.
In the game, along with John Smith, those two guys in these situations have been targets for Ryan Tannehill all year.
Here's Tannehill in the shotgun. They blitz him. Tannehill trying to get out, throws low. Derrick Henry caught the pass, but he's behind the line of scrimmage anyway. Queen, and they help to make the tackle. It's the end of the third quarter. Fourth and goal coming up. Do they kick a field goal or try to tie it on fourth down? We'll see at the start of the final quarter, what could be the final quarter of the Titans season.
Marvel Studios' first original series arrives on Disney+. Wanda and Vision, we are in uncharted waters.
We just don't know what to expect. Westview's our home now. I want us to pivot.
We shall. Wanda, have you gotten bigger?
Life moves pretty fast out in the suburbs. The Avengers.
Why would you think that?
Are you? I don't know.
Studios WandaVision, an original series streaming Friday exclusively on Disney+.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. Thanks again for the Rogers rate on my insurance.
There's no Rogers rate. State Farm just has surprisingly great rates.
I won't tell anybody, okay?
When you want the real
I think they kick a field goal. If they go for it, don't get it this season. Not necessarily, because remember, they're pinned. How about this? They're showing a commercial of Brown breaking tackles to get into the first down on 3rd and goal. So they got a touchdown on 3rd and goal. That didn't happen on the playoff play. He was tackled, but
Official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Whoa, Susan.
Oh, I'm looking for coupon codes.
Well, Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them. It's called shopping smart, not hard.
But I don't have a Capital One card.
You should get one, but you don't need it for this. Just download Capital One Shopping to your computer. It's free.
Ooh, save me some cheddar.
So, when's the party? I love fondue.
Really?
I never joke about hot cheese, Susan.
Me neither.
Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
4th and goal. They have the field goal unit out. This would be to cut the lead to 4. He made a 45-yarder. You think of his whole season, think of that crazy game in Denver against the Broncos where he missed 4 field goals but made the game winner. 25-yard attempt. Kick is good. And it's 17-13 in favor of Baltimore 4 seconds into the 4th quarter.
I'm a TurboTax Live expert, ready to assess even the most unique tax situations.
Can I deduct this credit as a medical expense?
Since you're planning to fix an overbite, yeah. Those custom size 26 shoes are a valid expense for a circus clown. That's funny.
If we catch crab in Virginia and Maryland, do we file in each state?
With large catches in both, yes. I'll even file for you.
Thank you.
File with the help of an expert, or let an expert file for you. Intuit TurboTax.
So we're back.
4 seconds in to this fourth quarter.
Tennessee going to have to make some defensive plays against Baltimore. A Ravens touchdown would be absolutely titanic. It would not eliminate the Titans, but it would make the Titans' journey down really, really difficult. Ball out of the end zone for a touchback now.
Sunday, January 31st at 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ABC for an all-access pass to the biggest names and brightest stars. Just surprised Ryan Tannehill was rather public about being snubbed off the AFC. Couldn't crack the top 3 quarterbacks to make the Pro Bowl, which won't even be played. But to me, the honor. Little chip on his shoulder, maybe.
Here's Lamar Jackson throwing over the middle. He got a man. Brown to the 42.
Jackson thinking that he's going to take him downfield and then just snaps it off. That's what they need from him, and then for him to catch the ball consistently. If Lamar and him can develop that part of their offense on a consistent basis, you tell me how you stop this offense. Brown and Jackson going back a long ways, playing the same youth football league. Different divisions. Here's Lamar.
There's Lamar Jackson going to the line of scrimmage for a few yards and pushed out of bounds.
24 years old, 3 days ago. He's already the youngest to win the Heisman Trophy, the youngest to win the MVP, the youngest to start a playoff game, the youngest to start a Pro Bowl, and everybody's on him after just 2 playoff games. Well, you know, all those awards were individual awards. They're not team awards. And Lamar Jackson, he's won everything. But he hasn't won a championship. He didn't win it at the high school level. He didn't win it at the college level. And obviously now he's trying to do it here. And that's all he cares about, and that's all he should care about.
Just showing some awards and stuff. Lamar Jackson, youngest ever win Heisman, youngest ever win MVP, but never won a championship in college or high school or the NFL. But he makes a great pass to Brown, which can help the Ravens' chance to win a playoff series and get closer to getting to a championship game.
Every single inch, whether it's Lamar Jackson or J.K. Dobbins or Marquise Brown, that's the speed element of this offense. Greg Roman finding very creative ways to get the ball in Marquise Brown's hands. You don't have to always take shots down the field. It can be the short intermediate passing game, different swing routes, screens. That kid is a rip. 100 yards receiving.
Here's a handoff for about 2 yards and taken down. It's second down now.
So he, much like the rest of the Ravens, got hot at the right time. He's being attended to on the sideline. He did not look right when he was coming off the field. Maybe a cramp. You see him trying to get fluids in. Hopefully it's just a cramp. Second down and 7 now.
Lamar Jackson throws out of the pocket for Ricard and incomplete, and it's third down. Shotgun snap, here's Lamar Jackson. He's going to throw this down the sideline to the end zone for Brown, and it's incomplete. Single coverage by Adoree Jackson, the Southern California product, and just enough there for the incompletion, and it will be a Baltimore punt. I hope Cleveland beats Pittsburgh. The odds of us beating Buffalo are much better than beating the Chiefs. You match up better with Kansas City than Buffalo, but that's fair. They're not going to punt here, guys. They're going for a 52-yard field goal. Here is Tucker. It is wide left. That was a long field goal for Tucker, but still, a 55-yarder in Tennessee can kick a field goal to get within one or march down for a touchdown to retake the lead. Wobbly little hold snap, and Tucker cannot hook this in. It goes wide left, and Tennessee will take some pretty good field position when we come back.
You save with Allstate. The future of auto insurance is here. You've never been in better hands. Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
Let's see what you've got, Oculus. This is life. Rated everyone.
The Baltimore Ravens select Lamar Jackson.
Hey, New York.
Right now, commercial waiting for Yeah, you'll be okay with that. Yeah, we'll wait for that to come back.
Smart speaker with high fidelity sound for only $1 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Optimum.com to get your share of these deals before they're gone.
Justin Tucker had made 48 consecutive fourth quarter and overtime field goals in a row. That's regular season and playoffs until he just missed from 52.
Here is a handoff that goes nowhere. Derrick Henry has just not been consistent enough in this game. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to exit the screen and come right back. The light was off, and turning on the light makes it a lot less, I don't know. It's just easier to see. 2nd and 10. Tannehill, they have motion. Tannehill in the shotgun. Ravens pressure. Thrown short. Brown spins. Brown got off the jersey tuck. Brown pushing for first down. Brown has been awesome. First down, Tennessee. Ravens, the way they've defended, actually, I mean, they've deflected, but there's Derrick Henry going past the 40, and they just catch him a yard short of the first down. But, yeah, it looks like they're kind of pulling out all these exotic looks defensively and doing all these great things. I mean, you know, if you throw a lousy pass, they're going to defend it well, but they're kind of letting them pass in the middle of the corners, but they're putting all these exotic looks and crazy stuff to stop Derrick Henry. They're building a defense to stop him, but they're taking away some of these passing lanes, which Tennessee has to exploit. The play-action fake actually has been devastating against Baltimore. And then how does Baltimore get past Tennessee? Lamar Jackson. Here's Tannehill throwing out of bounds. He's looking for Brown.
A.J. Brown have one-on-one coverage. They're going to give him a little bit of help. Deshaun Elliott gets over there, and that's the adjustment that Wink Martindale is going to make you look like he's going to take it away up front, but still have 2-on-1 on A.J. Brown. No rushing first downs today. 3rd down and 2.
Here is Tannehill. Tannehill throws, and it's dropped. 4th down. Elliott with the hit. Jars this ball loose. What play are you on? Oh. I think I'm only like a play behind you. I'm pretty sure. Punt for the Titans. They did not expect on this drive. This will be caught at the 14-yard line of Baltimore. Lamar Jackson going to get the ball with 10 minutes to go in the game. In the playoffs, possibly for the season for Tennessee. They trail by 7. They're going to have to make a stop.
Me, I like keeping up too, with my Corona and my attitude. That's the fine life, baby. budget. The new $1 Your Way menu at Burger King will help you stack that bread, spend less bacon. So try a flame-grilled bacon cheeseburger, chicken junior, fries, or a drink for just $1 each. So save that bacon and get it on your burger instead, because getting more for your buck at BK just hits different. The new $1 Your Way menu, now at Burger King. Your way, way better.
There's a certain kind of person.
Field goal satisfies you. You can get a touchdown, tie it up, we kick a game-winning field goal. Ah.
They don't walk in quietly.
Yep, definitely. I just misread what you had. I just missaw. It didn't see what you had said.
Trailblazing. Eyebrow raising.
I am so excited. I'll eat this later between the two games.
Bracing greatness. Braving hatred. And taking up space. Never got a seat at the table. So we can't
I'm just so excited for Wednesday. I'm just really just so excited for Wednesday. And the fact that after Wednesday, like every day I can watch a hockey game whenever I want. I mean, not early, but like
for greatness.
it's just super awesome. And since I have NHL TV, I can literally watch any hockey game I want, which is just awesome. Tuesday's going to be funny because since there's just basketball, I don't really want to watch it. Tuesday's probably going to be the slowest day in the world. Either that or the hours before the first hockey game on Wednesday. Here's Lamar Jackson in the shotgun. That would be good. A long drive, specifically here. J.K. Dobbins. Dobbins running down the sideline. Big hit. Dobbins hits a linebacker out of bounds, then goes out of bounds. It's first down, Baltimore. Here's Lamar Jackson, throws over the middle. And Brown almost got the first down. He was tripped before he got to the marker. Here's Lamar Jackson. Hands off. I think Dobbins got there. Yes. First down for J.K. Dobbins as he was just able to push enough through this Tennessee defense. Yeah, well, Monday there will be football, but it's college football, which I'm okay with, but that Tuesday is literally the only sports on. I don't even think there's baseball. The only sports on are NBA and college basketball. I'm a Knicks fan for the NBA. I have no idea what the Knicks season looks like. No idea. So I'm just waiting for that. Here's Lamar Jackson, play action fake. Lamar Jackson throws over the middle. He's got Andrews. Andrews is pushing to the 44-yard line of Tennessee. And the clock will continue to run. And this isn't good for Baltimore. No, it's great for Baltimore. It's not good for Tennessee. What a move by Andrews to get past the corner. It's a little bit enjoyable if there are more competitive games, but it's fun. There's some playoff games that are fun, but then there are just, I don't know. I play basketball. I love playing basketball, but unless it's like March Madness, I don't like to watch it that much. Lamar Jackson calls his own number and gets to the 30. First down. But you know how you're really excited for your hockey season to start. I'm excited for when, I don't know when, but I'm excited for when my basketball league gets started up again. I'm excited to play because we've got a really good team. The team that I play for is a really good team. We're a fast team that scores a lot of points inside, and we're very we go on speed a lot. So I'm excited for that to start. Lamar Jackson is going to tuck and run out of bounds, but lose a yard.
It's become evident today in this game that Lamar Jackson, you can see the growth from year one as a rookie in the playoffs to year two last year, where he had 3 turnovers, and now he's managing his game. It's not about numbers. It's not about him. It's about taking care of the football, keeping your offense on rhythm, and it's been impressive to watch. That's the one turnover to the interception early in the
6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Handoff. And it's third down. Edwards takes the handoff for about 3 yards. Third down. Baltimore up by 4. A field goal would put them up by 7. A touchdown up by 11. Everybody on their feet in Nashville. Edwards and running back. Andrews is out there. Brown, Javon Boykin, Willie Snead. Offensively. And also you got a running back in there. That's quarterback. Well, he's a quarterback, but Lamar Jackson can play like that. Lamar Jackson throws on the run. Caught by Snead. Snead finally pulled down as he was on his feet, and it's fourth down. Clock continues to move, however. Tennessee has 3 timeouts. Baltimore has 3 timeouts. In a game this tight, pretty crazy that nobody has called a timeout yet. And Baltimore's going for it. 4th and 2. Now, will they try to just draw Tennessee offside here? Oh, they might be doing that because they got to snap the ball quick. No, snap the ball quick. Here's Lamar Jackson looking for Dobbins. Dobbins falls to the first down. Penalty flag's out. Dobbins goes for a first down. And I think there's a penalty against Baltimore because this crowd is going bananas. Yeah. A pass interference against Willie Snead, and it will be 4th and a lot more. I tell you one thing. It's not very fun, even unless it's your team, college basketball, and even NBA, it's not as much fun as scoring. But I can tell you, playing for basketball game, I know a lot of my coaches like when it's a close game. There is nothing better than just blowing a team off of its hinges. When you play basketball and like one game where they're just scoring a bunch of points and they're throwing the ball to you and you're stealing the ball and you're scoring, there's nothing more fun than that. Here is Tucker. He kicks this. Good! Baltimore up a touchdown with 4:19 to go. So they don't get the 4th down conversion because of the penalty, but they will get a field goal. Tennessee getting the ball back, needing a touchdown to tie it.
You're in the right place. My seminars are a great tool to help young homeowners who are turning into their parents. Now remember, they're not programs, they're TV shows. You woke up early. No one cares. Yes. So I was using something called Home Quote Explorer from Progressive to easily compare home insurance rates. Was I hashtagging?
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer.
Guess what? The waiter doesn't need to know your name.
Yes, they definitely do. Now they do have 3 timeouts. That should be noted. If they don't score here on this drive, but they didn't use any of the timeouts on this drive, and the ball's not inside the Tennessee 40 when Baltimore gets it, if they don't score, it's still not over. Still got the 3 timeouts, and their defense has been physical. So they've got a chance. But the field goal does complicate things a little bit. Still only a 1-possession game, though.
It's time to
So still waiting for this to come back.
On the way, don't get ripped off. 7 on your side knows what to check for.
Red flags to spot the fraud.
Money-saving tips you can take to the bank. Monday on Eyewitness News at 6 a.m.
All right, here we go. We are back. 4:19 to go, possibly, in Tennessee's season. They're at home, down a touchdown. They're the only team in their division still alive. Jacksonville, the worst team in the NFL. Houston had a rough season. Indianapolis lost at the Horn last afternoon against Buffalo in the playoffs. And now Tennessee, the only team in the AFC South still standing. They take a kickoff out of the end zone, past the 15, past the 20 to the 21. He broke a few tackles, but Evans could not get past that on Russia. I have no idea where they're going right back to commercial. I don't understand this. Whatever. Okay, let's see.
And this is what exhilaration feels like.
The new Lexus IS. All in on style, all in on performance, all in one package. Like me.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
The new Lexus IS. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
And now a mini meditation. Inhale serenity. Exhale whatever's happening here. Now bring your focus back to your customer, Tom. Salesforce Customer 360 helps you focus with a single view of your customer. Like Tom. Who's Tom?
We're so embarrassed we overpaid for this used car. We don't even want to show our faces around here.
If you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax.
All right, still waiting.
Have to overpay on a used car again. Shop the millions of great deals at the all-new Carfax.com.
First play of lunch. Oh, I gotta see that again. He's looking at not 1, not 2, not 3, but 19 grams of protein per can in chunky chicken noodle. That'll fill him up. Keep it chunky. Soup face like a meat.
Get your taxes done with or without the office.
All right.
Drop in, drop off. Send us a pic of your dots, and a tax pro will do the work. Or file online and get help if you need it. No matter how you choose to file, Block has your back.
Fifth playoff game ever in Nashville. Fifth playoff game between these two teams. The Ravens and Titans, and we know the road team has won the previous 4, and the road team, the Ravens, are out in front, 20-13, just over 4 minutes left, and the Titans have the football.
Tannehill under center on 1st and 10. Tannehill steps up, throws over the middle. Derrick Henry for a few yards.
shoulders, get his butt out, and shoot his hands like he's going to catch the football, then he won't get called on that. But he could flip her and he gets called.
Here's Tannehill, handoff, Derrick Henry. Henry pushing, but it's just not been a good night for him. Third down now.
Third down, about a yard and a half. Coming up on 3.5 minutes to play. Mr. Smith is having to orchestrate this drive without Corey Davis. Corey Davis is on the sideline and does not have his helmet, so does not have him in the game. Their playmaker wide receiver. Third and long one.
Here's Tannehill, handoff, Derrick Henry. Met at the line, but I think he just got there. No, they say he didn't get fourth down. With less than 3 minutes to go, I know they've got all 3 timeouts. They can't afford to punt here. Tannehill on 4th and 1. Tannehill pushes first down. First down, Tennessee, and he went with speed. 150 seconds left, possibly in the Titans season. This may be the final play until the 2-minute warning. Ryan Tannehill is in the shotgun. He snaps up short, shoots it out short. And we are headed to the 2-minute warning. On second down, about 15 yards short of midfield. Titans still have all 3 timeouts. They want to use them. Baltimore has all 3 for them. 2-minute warning. Titans on a drive that must score. They trail by 7.
This is the new iPhone 12 Pro with 5G and on nationwide 5G from AT&T.
Now new and existing customers can get our best deal.
Really? Mom, AT&T has the deal for new and existing customers. I will.
So what'd she say?
It's the wrong person. It's a guy named Carl. But he's very excited and on his way.
Word of mouth advertising. It's what they did before commercials.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets our best deal, like the amazing iPhone 12 mini on us.
Hey man, I appreciate that Rogers rate on my insurance so much. I'm gonna let you win today.
Rogers rate? You know State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Really? That's so. All right. Driver. I come down you? No Rogers rate, huh?
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Pick up like a pro. Just order on the Subway app, and it's ready to go with contactless curbside. Turkey sub and a hot tub. Now get 15% off any football when you order in the app.
And now what you said before, Josh, if you're still here, Titans needing a touchdown or their toast is so correct. Getting the ball right after the 2-minute warning.
The 2021 E-Class. Motor Trend's 2021 car opinion. Coming up on the T-Mobile postgame show on ESPN, live reaction from players and coaches for both squads. Dan Orlovsky and Marcus Spears are the game's deciding factor and what you need to know before the final wildcard games. We'll see you back on ESPN.
All right, Michael, thank you. See you later. They were a little passive, but I can't leave it behind. That offensive pass interference against Baltimore. The first OPI against the Ravens all season long.
Tannehill in the shotgun. Ryan Tannehill throwing long. Intercepted! Intercepted at the 40. Being brought out at the 50. They're going to take it to the 46-yard line of Baltimore. And they celebrate at the Ravens bench. Tennessee's going to have to utilize all 3 of their timeouts, or Ravens will advance. They're saying goodbye to the crowd. It's not over because Tennessee has all 3 timeouts, but that was inopportune. Ryan Tannehill throws his first interception of the playoffs, and that'll be fun. It's not the end because Tennessee has all 3 timeouts, but it might be soon. Oh, and Baltimore just got a penalty taunting. So that's going to put them 15 yards. So where do they get this ball? 46-yard line of Tennessee. The waving was the taunting. I think that's a kind of a stupid call. I mean, they're not taunting the Tennessee players. They're taunting the Tennessee fans. But anyway, with a minute 50 left, they're going to go right to commercial. But 15 yards, that got dropped off. So 46-yard line, somewhere around the Baltimore 40, I think. Maybe the Baltimore 35. I'm not sure. Yeah, but you're back on your 35, your 40. I'm not sure.
You don't just get Verizon 5G, you get amazing entertainment.
I think your 39, I think, is where the ball is going to be because of the waving to the crowd thing.
There's always something new to watch.
We could binge that stuff all day.
And Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus are all included.
With Verizon, you get so much more than just a great network.
Unlimited plans include 5G. Plus, you'll get one of our best phones when you buy one. Only on Verizon.
So you didn't get the credit card you wanted. Cheer up.
I got denied. There's nothing I can do.
You're wrong, Tom. You need a therapy companion.
Oh, like a dog?
No.
Cat?
No, a cow. An experienced cow.
Oh, yeah, you can raise your credit scores instantly with Experian.
It works. Where's that cashback card I want right there?
Boost your credit scores instantly, free with Experian. Download the Experian app now. Oh, my easy mountain.
Truth is, it's a cold, fast, crazy world out there. You know the right places to go.
You've been on my mind.
Start the new year off with 2,750 combined cash allowance plus 500 bonus cash. And select
Honestly, I don't care with the penalty because they need a miracle. Oh, okay.
Add an employee or 10, then easily and automatically pay your team and file payroll taxes. That means world domination. Or just the west side. Run payroll in less than 5 minutes into a quick look.
Flying on dive.
Oh, no. Sorry, guys.
Minute 50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Tennessee's only turnover of the game.
Here we go. First and 10. 110 seconds left in the Titans season, possibly. Lamar Jackson calls his own number, throws over the middle. That would have been detrimental to Tennessee. And it's 2nd and 10, and not only that, they don't have to use a timeout because it's an incompletion, which stops the clock. What would be really helpful for Tennessee is to get a big sack on Lamar Jackson and then just call the timeout right there. Now, this is the Marcus Peters interception. Oh, Lamar Jackson calls his own number. Lamar Jackson goes past the 40, past the 50, past the 40. Lamar Jackson to the 30. Cuts back. It sits back at the 30. Yeah, that might do it. So now they're going to have to call timeouts. Again, it's not over because you have the 3 timeouts, but here's the problem. They're in field goal range, which would put the Ravens up by 2 possessions.
you saw the joy in Lamar Jackson's face when he was running that ball. He puts that ball out, starts to show it to everybody. You just sense the heat, tastes it, he feels it. He's on the brink of finally getting that playoff win and getting that monkey off his back and changing the narrative like he's talked about all week. 179 yards passing, 137 yards rushing. Lamar Jackson.
A minute 37 to go. Yeah, I know. Which would then what would happen is Tennessee would still be in the game, but they would have to score a touchdown and a field goal, an onside kick between both of those. Handoff, and timeout number 1 gets called after 3 yards by Tennessee.
Jackson now has 2 of the top 3 rushing yard performances by a quarterback in playoff history. The defense has stepped up when necessary. And there just to show you again, it's a nasty rivalry. Stop on your logo like I'm stopped on ours back in week 11 in the regular season. Yeah, that's what makes these big time games really, they make them exciting. Look, I mean, these guys are ultimate competitors. They love getting under the skin of the opponents.
There's Lamar Jackson and a handoff up the middle. Close to the first down, but no, they did not get there. Definitely didn't get there. It's 3rd down. Here comes timeout number 2. Short of the 30, short of the first down. Tennessee's got one more timeout in the books.
This Baltimore Ravens team in week 12, after they lost to the Steelers and they had been through so much, they had lost 4 in the last 5 games and everybody was piling dirt.
3rd and 1, a minute 25 to go. There's actually the final timeout taken, not the first. So no more timeouts to go. Lamar Jackson in the shotgun, handoff. He surged forward to the 14, and this will eliminate Tennessee. And now Lamar Jackson has just looked at the clock. It took him a bit and figured out that this is going to be a playoff win, the first of his career. And Baltimore now is going to need, if they time this play clock correctly, are only going to need one. Yep, they're only going to need one more kneel down. And there you go. Lamar Jackson jumping up and celebrating. And everybody celebrating with them. And how about this? The Ravens and the Titans are not going to shake hands at midfield. The coaches will, but the Ravens players have just gone off the field and gone to the locker room. That will be talked about. And they're yapping. They're still chirping, but regardless of what happens, the Titans season is over. Baltimore's continues. They move on to round 2 to face either Buffalo or Kansas City, depending on what happens. Cleveland wins, they'll go to Arrowhead. If Pittsburgh wins, if Pittsburgh wins, they'll go to Arrowhead. If Cleveland wins, on to Buffalo. So the Ravens win 20-13 after being down 10-0 at one point against the Titans. They find a way to exercise their demons and eliminate the Titans from playoff competition. All right, that'll be it for this stream. I will see you in about 45 minutes for Saints and Bears, the final NFC wildcard game that is going to decide everybody's seating in the National Football Conference. All right. See you there. See you in 45 minutes, and have a great day.